So the other day I asked myself, what would happen if I blinked a Massacre Wurm? Well, I got my answer. It turns out, most people just scoop. Let's talk about it. Cue the intro. What's going on, guys? Thank you guys so much for clicking on my video today. In today's video, as you can tell from the intro, we have a blink style deck for you today. Today's colors are Esper. This one's going to be a fun one, guys, so buckle in and enjoy the ride because we got some really cool gameplay footage. And this deck is pretty unique in that it blinks a Massacre Wurm, which can be a lot of fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. But before we jump into it, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, we are on the road to 1,000. We're getting there a lot faster than I thought we would. And you guys have been absolutely smashing it on that subscribe button. So if you're not already subscribed, be sure to do so because we do post videos every single Monday. And lately we've been posting videos on Wednesdays and Fridays as well. So a lot of content being pumped out and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on anything. So be sure to subscribe. And also, there are some links in the description below. Follow the Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Down the road, we're going to be posting more Instagram and Twitter things, so be sure to follow those and get in before it's too late. And then let's go ahead, jump right in, talk about the deck, and we'll get into some gameplay footage. And then at the end, we'll come back here, break it down, talk about how it played, and maybe some things that we might change in or out of the deck to make it a little bit better. So, kicking things off, we'll actually start over here. This deck implements Yorion, but not Yorion as a commander. I personally think Yorion right now in the meta is great as a commander just because there's so many mill cards out there. There's so many options to hit your opponent for mill, and so many rogue decks that I think Yorion is actually a great deck with 80 cards. And there's an argument to be made that this could actually be a really good deck, being 80 cards. But I personally like 60 card decks just because they're a lot more consistent. You know what you're going to draw. You know the odds, are a little higher to hit those key pieces that you need. So we're just going to go ahead and run 3 Yorions just as a creature spell in this deck. And then Yorion, and then we're going to run 3 Thassas. This is a card here that this deck kind of revolved around that I really wanted to make work. I have another Thassa deck, believe it or not, coming up next episode as well. That kind of... It's more of a support role than a key player like this deck, but it's really, really cool. So stay tuned for that one. I think that one's going to come out Friday, but Thassa is incredible because it continuously doubles your value every single turn. If you have something on the battlefield, it's going to continue to blink that target in and off the battlefield in order to generate a bunch of enter the battlefield triggers. So some cards can get you endless value, endless card draw, like Atris. We run 3 Atrises. This card right here is a Dimir card that basically you drop this on the field. You and your opponent start playing a little game. Your opponent gets to choose between 3 cards, puts them in 2 stacks, 1 stack of 2, 1 stack of 1 generally. You get to choose one of the stacks. One's face up, one's face down. So you get a lot of card value out of Atris. And imagine if this card got to trigger that event every single turn. Well, that's exactly what it does with Thassa, and that's kind of the idea behind this deck. So everything's going to have value being generated multiple times. So kicking it off down here on the lower end, we got 4 Wall of Runes. This one right here is just a simple little scry card. It's a 1-drop defender. I placed this in the deck because obviously this is best of 1. So there's a lot of aggro, there's a lot of mono red, things like that we need to combat. And we need to be able to set up our bigger plays without just getting annihilated. So this is a really nice 1-drop, puts out a nice defender, 0-4, hard to deal with, get rid of off the battlefield. And you get to scry off of it, which means if we blink this, we get to continue to scry with it over and over and over again. So that's kind of good, generates a lot of value. Jumping right into Charming Prince. This one is kind of a staple of Esper and Esper blinks or Dimir blink decks. Charming Prince is not Dimir, I'm sorry, that wouldn't even make sense, but Charming Prince comes in. You actually get a choice between 3 different enter the battlefield triggers. You get to choose one of the 3. So this has a lot of versatility. You could scry, you could gain life, or you can continue a loop of exiling things off the field and coming back onto the field. So if you actually exile your Yorion off the field, when it comes back, you can exile your Charming Prince off the field and it comes back. And you can keep that cycle going endlessly if you don't have a Thassa, generating value off of all your other cards. So that's kind of cool. And then we jump into Skyclave Clerics. This card is pretty sweet because it is doubling up as a land. This is a 3-color deck, so you want as much land as possible, so make sure you hit your land drops. But if you do have your land and you're getting flooded, it's a nice little 2-drop that you drop onto the field for 1/3. Not only is it great against aggro matchups as a defender, you also gain 2 life. So imagine if you're low on life, you're trying to get back into the game, you drop one of these onto the field, and you continuously blink this over and over and over again, you gain a lot of life. Same with Charming Prince, you got that same idea. Then we go into a new card called Acquisitions Expert. This card is awesome because you can hit the hand based on how many creatures in your party you have. So say you have 2 creatures in your party, you get to see 2 of your opponent's cards and you get to choose between those 2 cards, 1 card to discard. This card's pretty sweet because obviously if it's on the battlefield, you get to just eat your opponent's hand alive over and over and over again. And so you can start to see where all this value is really generating here, and where it starts to add up, and you're getting a ton of value, and your opponent's not going to be able to get much going on the battlefield. So up next, Skyclave Apparition. Another card that I find so incredibly fun. The new Zendikar Rising, this has got to be one of my top 3. This card is so sick. It comes in, basically imprisons a card with converted mana cost 4 or less. I've misplayed that so many times thinking I could actually banish something away that's bigger than 4, but keep in mind 4 or less permanent, you get to exile it, but when it comes back they don't actually get the card back. They get an illusion token which does not have flying, which is awesome, and it's easy to block creature, you know. So very, very high value here with the Skyclave Apparition. And then we have Glasspool Mimic, another great dual-sided land slash card. This one comes in as a copy of any other creature you control. So if you've got something on the battlefield, say you need a lot of life gain, you know, you copy your Charming Prince, you're gaining 6 life per turn. I'd say that's pretty good. And then also if you blink it, it can come back as any other creature, and you could just kind of pick and choose which creatures you wanted to come back as, so pretty sweet. Then we have 2 Elspeth Nightmares. This one's pretty cool. If you're able to blink this one and destroy multiple creatures, or maybe even target your opponent's hand a couple times, very sweet. But unfortunately, because this is an enchantment, you can't blink it with Thassa, but you can actually blink it with your Yorion, which is great. But if not, what's great about this is you can exile your opponent's graveyard. If they're running anything sort of like escape cost, I've actually been seeing a black-red like reanimation style deck, or I've seen Luris everywhere. So this is kind of a nice little tech card for that. Then we have the Awakening. This card is pretty sweet too because it also doubles as a land that you can actually pay life for, but also you can return creatures from the graveyard, which is really sweet because if you start getting everything removed off the battlefield, obviously you're not going to be able to trigger a Thassa and get any value out of it, so you're going to need some reoccurrence from the graveyard. So very nice little card here. Helps synergize really well with the deck. And then of course we have Elspeth Conquers Death, another very sweet card that you can blink with Yorion and get multiple triggers out of. It's really fun because you can exile things, they go away forever, and then you don't have to deal with those, and then you just get to constantly have your opponent just paying more and more mana every single turn for their plays. So really sweet combination there. And then we're here, guys. We're at the coup de grace, the Massacre Wurm. You guys are going to see in the gameplay footage that this card right here is absolutely a monster, especially in this deck. If you can get Massacre Wurm onto the battlefield with a Thassa, there's almost nothing your opponent can do. Now imagine a Massacre Wurm being copied onto the battlefield with a Thassa. Every single turn, creatures are getting -2, -2 until the end of turn. That doesn't sound that great, but if you blink it, now creatures get -4, -4. And now there's not a whole lot of things in the meta right now that are getting bigger than -4, -4, except for maybe token decks that, you know, generate tokens, like 1/1 tokens. But we have other answers for those. So this right here, though, can end a game quick because once a creature dies on your opponent's side of the battlefield, they lose 2 life. You're going to see in the gameplay footage that comes in handy so many times, especially if they have a field full of just small creatures. You wipe them up, your opponent takes 10 damage. It's a big deal, and then you're left with the 6/5 there on the battlefield staring them down with no board state on their side. That right there is the killer. That's the play of all plays right there. So that's what we're shooting for. And then we jump over to the lands. All right, so the lands. We have just a couple basics here. Here's where it gets tricky. So like I said, we're a tricolored deck here, so you got to be really careful about the mana you play. You definitely want to run all of your dual lands as much as you can. if you have them. And then I run 2 Temple of Enlightenments, 1 Temple of Silence, 2 Temple of Deceits, and 2 Fabled Passages. That right there is pretty good. I don't think I've had any sort of mana issues. Whenever you have the opportunity to play your dual-sided mana, most of the time you're going to be playing it for black. And the reason being is because you want to set up that triple devotion to your Massacre Wurm. That's the only downside to the Worm, is that it's triple devotion to black. Can be kind of tricky. Early on, you want double devotion to white for things like Apparition, but once you get late game, you're going to really want that triple devotion to swamps for your bigger plays, so keep that in mind. All right, so that's the whole deck breakdown. This has actually been a long one, I apologize, but that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck breakdown, the synergies, why we run it, and let's get into some gameplay footage real quick. Well, if you guys want to watch this all the way through, we'll come back here and we'll talk about the deck a little bit, how it played, you know, honest opinion on the deck, how well, you know, how good it is, and then maybe some things we would change. So we will see you guys at the end. Peace. All right, here we go. Playing some Blink, some Esper Blink, actually. Esper's one of my favorite color sets, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. Blink is one of my favorite things too. I've always wanted Thassa to be good, man, and here we are playing some Thassa. No blue source, but that's fine because we have apparitions that need double white mana, which is great. We have Scry, so we're gonna keep this. 2 land hand is never ideal, but we're gonna keep it anyways and see what we can hit here. Let's find a land here, please. Find a land. That's not a land. Oh no. Oh boy. Can we find a land? Wow, the game is already off to a fantastic start. Thassa can go. We only need 1. There we go. There's a blue source. Let's play the Wall of Ruins just because we don't have a target for the apparition and I don't foresee them countering this spell, so let's go ahead and play it. We're gonna go ahead and take that because it is a land. Merfolk's okay. Just, I really hope they're not holding up a counter spell here because I'd really like to play Thassa here, but if we lose Thassa to a counter spell, like a negate, this tells me it's probably rogues though, to be honest. I think we just play this though, just to kind of bait out and see if they've got counterspell magic. All right, they do have counterspell magic, so it's a good thing that we didn't walk into that with a Thassa. That would have been really bad. Thassa's key here. That's the only card I can't afford to get countered here. Anything else gets countered, it's fine for the most part. For the most part, I prefer it not to get countered, but let's go and test the waters. We need some lands, so if this does resolve, we can at least fish for some lands here. All right, another denial. Great. Off to a fantastic start. Opponent's killing us with 3 lands. Oh man. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, their whole hand is probably full of counter spells. Let's be real. Oh, that resolved instantaneously. Dang, I was really thinking about playing Thassa that turn too. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. What are the odds that they just drew a counter spell? Pretty high, huh? Let's find out. Yep, they sure did. It resolves though. Here we go. We're in business. All right, we're in business. That's fine. They're just gonna give me -2-0. Not a problem. Free block. No one dies though. Gonna go ahead and scry here because we need to find some more lands. We got to make sure we hit our land drops. The Massacre Wurm could be huge here. Plus, I don't feel like giving them a spirit token. Let's go for a land. Let's hit that land. Now that Thassa's resolved, though, I don't see that our opponent, you know, killing us anymore. We've got a lot of options now. Got a big flyer we could play too, just to block that as a body. I don't really feel like going after their hand at the moment. Let's go ahead and play it. Play the Yorion and then get another scry here, and then also reset our apparition too. That way we can get their second flyer, get them more grounded here. Because this 1/1 spirit token that comes in here, they're actually on the floor, so we're good. No flying. Do we want to blink Yorion? No, we can submit 0 here. I'm fine with that. I don't want the infinite loop here of Yorion, Thassa. Not that big a deal. I would like them to stop hitting our graveyard. Oh, we actually didn't need land anymore. We actually already have the full 6. Oh well. Okay, they scoop. I was gonna say Massacre Wurm here is gonna absolutely annihilate them if they don't have a counter spell, but I had a feeling that they did, but apparently not, because they did concede. GG's. All right, game number 1 in the books. Let's get it. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, our mana is much better here. I love that we have Elspeth's Nightmare, and I love that we're on the play. So we're gonna keep this. Wish we had a blue source that wasn't tapped, but we're gonna take it regardless. Yeah, we're gonna keep that on top. Okay, good thing we kept that on top, right? No need to scry here, I guess. I mean, it could save us an attack, but man, there goes scrying out the window. Let's go for this and this. At least they can't attack. I feel like scrying is just a waste of time. Let's just not scry yet until we know we have the battlefield ready to go. Yep, see, that would have just been pointless. Elspeth Conquers Death could be sweet because we can get back to Massacre Wurm. I don't mind paying 3 here. I definitely don't mind paying 3 to get rid of one of these. These enforcers, once they start stacking like that, it just becomes a serious problem. Oh my goodness, and a third one, unreal. Yep, Shuffler's just doing wonderful things for our opponent. Wonderful things. Oh wow, thanks for that. Honestly, thank you. I appreciate that bounce. All right, well, this can't hit this anymore because the toughness is too high. So let's go ahead and just drop a wall here to scry and to have a body to block with. I don't care if they get that, so they can have that. Let's go ahead and just do that because again, scrying is pointless at the moment. I get why they bounced it because they didn't want me to take a card from their hand, but that feels kind of like a bad bounce, honestly. All right, I need to get the Elspeth Conquers Death out next turn so I could drop a Massacre Wurm. I think that's the play. So the sooner I can get a Massacre Wurm out on the battlefield, the better. So we're gonna have to do a white source here. And Elspeth Conquers Death. It doesn't, oh, actually it does hit the Brazen Borrower, sweet. I thought Brazen Borrower was 2 for some reason. I think I was thinking of the Petty Theft. All right, so Massacre Wurm's gonna come out on the field and annihilate these enforcers, and we'll be looking really good. I'll kill one of them, sure. I don't mind killing one. Ooh, Apparition is very good here. Very good here because not only do we take a 3/2 from them, but if they do end up killing our Skyclave Apparition, their Enforcer comes back as a 1/1 spirit token. Much easier to deal with. Much easier to deal with. Yeah, I'll play this as a land. We're gonna need 6 if we draw into another worm, but I think 2 of them are in the graveyard, right? Yeah, I saw 2 of them going here. That's not good. Do we really care about the worm now that everything's kind of cleared out the battlefield? I mean, I guess it's a huge threat that they have to deal with, but I kind of want Atris. How much cards? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just get a worm. I guess just get the worm just because it's going to be huge, so why not? We can always blink it too to get its effect again. Opponent's going to flash something in here, so that's not good. But then we could probably hit it depending on what it is. If it's a thief, we could probably hit it with the Elspeth. What's it going to be, sir? Dimir Rogues, man, they're everywhere. Dimir Rogues is literally everywhere right now. I could be playing this just to get into their hand, but I feel like we're gonna have a target. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can still play this, get a card out of their hand, and then play Yorion and get another card out of their hand. That's the way to go. Ashioxy Razor. Okay. Honestly, better that than this. Better that one than this one. We'll go ahead and be taking that now. Thank goodness it's a 3-drop because this actually can only hit things that are 4 mana cost or less. There's our target for Elspeth. Will it be countered? No, it will not be countered. Our opponent decides they've seen enough. I don't blame them. GG's. Man, I'm honestly feeling this deck quite a bit. Feeling this one quite a bit. This one feels really nice. I still think it's got holes. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I feel like we're gonna run into something here that's gonna, you know, shut us down. But for right now, this deck is feeling really, really good. Thassa, for sure. For sure. Couple black mana spells. We're gonna need to play those as mana. First though, we play you. Play the Prince. Scry 2. Man, we're a scrying machine right now. Let's go. Setting ourselves up here. Pathway with black mana and a Mimic. Mimic could be good. Probably not though, let's be honest. We got a lot of our tools that we need here. Mimic's probably the best when we can mimic the worm. Oh, well that sucks. So much for that. God dang it, we're up against rogues, man. Rogues is so... It's so good, and like I like rogues a lot, but I can't lie, man. Whenever you play something this many times, it gets pretty annoying. Pretty annoying if I do say so myself. Alright, well they can't drown in the lock against me here, so I'm gonna go and drop this, killing the air attack. We can't stop the flyers, so can't stop the flyers. We're gonna go ahead and get into their hand here, and then we're gonna exile their graveyard, which kind of stinks. I wish we could actually choose our own graveyard here. That'd be really good. They're gonna flash something in, making this bigger and killing us, but we still get them because they're still only gonna have 2 toughness, so I'm fine with that exchange if that's what they want to do. Or not. I thought they were gonna flash a bunch of stuff in it. Oh, I see. I see what you did there. Did not expect you to be running Call of the Death Dweller. That's a interesting call. All right, what do we got in the graveyard? Skyclave, getting that back could be pretty good, but we don't nearly have enough mana. Let's go and do this, do this. No attacks, do this. Scrying is basically obsolete at this point, so gain 3 life. At this point, scrying does nothing because we're just going to get milled the whole time, and our opponent's going to be able to flash in their trickster here, and we're not going to be able to do pretty much anything about it. They're probably going to steal the Skyclave or the Atris. Probably Atris. Here comes Atris. No, they do go for the Skyclave. Interesting. All right, well. Oh, they want to get the Thassa. That makes sense. That makes sense. Play the Temple. Scry for no reason. Say go. Yeah, it's not looking good. I might honestly just scoop here. Like I said, Rogues is super powerful, so I don't know, man. I knew we were gonna have some trouble with this rogue deck, but I don't know. Maybe we could beat it depending on the situation, but it has menace. Yeah, I don't know. How could we beat rogues? Wow, they didn't actually they didn't actually take this off the top, and I kind of wanted them to. Yeah, I think that's a wrap. I'm not gonna lie. There's really no way out of this. I don't think we would have had to draw it into another Thassa and another Wurm. So we'll take the L on that one. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. Yeah, I felt like there was gonna be a little bit of holes in our deck, to be honest. It's a lot of setup. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's a lot of setup, but if we can complete that setup, we're fine. But with the rogues, they don't really give you that opportunity to set up properly. They just kind of come in and start disrupting all your scrying. It's just quite a nightmare. I love that we can get double trigger Atris here, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it. No need for two of them. A little overkill. All right, we're up against not Demir, so that's good. Abzan. I'll take Abzan. Another temple, just because we don't have a 2-drop play. We'll keep a land on top. We might need that. Wouldn't mind hitting this with this. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. That's not that important to us. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get the Scavenger. I think that's a bigger target now. Much bigger threat. That Scavenger can become a very big problem that we don't want to deal with. So we do get to go into their hand next turn, which is why this card is amazing. If you look at a card just from top to bottom as far as sagas go, I think this one's got to be the best. I mean, it has to be, but it's so situational and hard to hit, you know? All right, we're gonna go for blue. Let's go for blue here, and then we'll drop a Thassa, potentially. Yeah, I think Thassa is the best one to drop here, just to get it on the board, get it started, and then Atris can come down next. I don't think this right here, it makes us sacrifice this as a creature. It is a legendary enchantment, not a creature. I know it can come out as a creature, but pretty sure that doesn't apply to us, so. Questing Beast. Good old Questing Beast. Let's drop our Atris down. I guess we should play the Temple from now on first before we drop the Atris, because we can scry and kind of manipulate the top of the deck. Plus, it gives us more information on what we would pull if it was face down. Ugh. I should have done that. That's a misplay. I've been playing a lot of Magic today. I'm kind of recording 2 videos in one day, which is kind of odd for me, so. Yes, that's a target for Questing Beast. Oh, I guess either way, I forgot we blink it, so we actually do get to scry and still see, so. This could be really good too, because we can keep bouncing the Skyclave and just keep gaining 2 life, which is kind of big against a deck like this. That's kind of focusing more on their aggro. All right, we know we need this, so I'm cool with throwing the other 2 away. Beautiful. Beautiful. Opponent's highlighting it, or no, they're not. I'm sorry, it's just glowing. I thought they were highlighting this. I was like, great, we're gonna lose that. All right, no problem. Like I said, we can Elspeth Conquers Death here. The only problem with that is they're gonna drop another one and attack us for 4 again. So I think what we do here is we actually drop the Skyclave, so we gain a little bit of life, and then we Apparition this, and then when they play the second one, we'll Elspeth Conquers Death that one instead. And this way too, we gain 4 total life because we're gonna bounce it, which is nice. And now we have a target too to block the other creature with. We're gonna drop it for a black source because our worm does require triple black devotion, so we're gonna need that. Gonna go ahead and bounce our Skyclave, gain some more life. Alright, they get a 4/4 spirit token. Not the most ideal situation, but we can deal with that. We can chump block that, so. Here comes the questing beast. Okay. Here comes the questing beast. No? Oh, okay. No questing beast. I dig it. Alright, well. We could play the Atris and we could play the Prince. The Prince can gain a 6 life total here, which is fantastic. Looking for the worm. We're really trying to find the worm here, just so we can really put this game away. We're in a rough spot here though. This is definitely by no means over. I do feel like we have a lot more value here, but this is by no means over. All right, play the Prince. Gain 3. Play this as a land. Bounce this. Gain another 3. Keeping us alive. Alright guys, we're going to get to see the worm in action. We play the worm and it minuses 2 for the turn for our opponent's creatures, and then we bounce it. It gives another -2, and we basically board wipe. Not only do we get a board wipe, we get a 6/5 in return of the board wipe. Now that feels good. Go here, just chump block a little bit. Mitigate a little bit of the pain. And here is where our opponent's probably going to scoop. They don't quite know yet, but they're about to get hit even harder. Boom! We'll be seeing ya. There's 6 damage. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. I love that part. That's just a nice little icing on top when you get to clear their field of creatures and you just freaking ping them for a bunch of damage. Could just Yorion here. Let's do this. Let's just do this. Hit him for 7 and gain 3 life. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. Alright, yeah. Definitely go. We're definitely taking him to Scoopsville now. Taking him to Scoopsville. Even, okay, so 6/2. Okay, well that's pretty good. So you're telling me you don't have protection against our boy over here called Elspeth Conquers Death? So what you're saying is I can exile you with Elspeth Conquers Death. Bet. That was a good card though. Lava Brink, that was actually a really good card. We had to get a little creative there to get rid of that one. Set us back a turn from killing them. But that is it. GG's guys. Man, this was a fun little game. We got to see a lot of our strategies combined into one there, which is really awesome. We I don't think we had a chance yet to see the full combo actually unleashed like that. So let's get it. Let's freaking get it. All right, so we are definitely climbing right now. We're climbing the ladder pretty fast. We've got better options. I think if you guys are really trying to climb the ladder, I definitely suggest the Abzan deck. I think that one was really, really strong, and I think that one really can push the ladder to its limits. Honestly, that's a good deck. Hello. This one is definitely more for fun, but it is definitely fun. That's for sure. Dropped this in for white devotion. Yeah, we got plenty of black devotion. So yeah, I definitely think we dropped this in for white. We throw down Throw down this. Get a card out as soon as possible. I love people who can have fun with the emotes. It's a good time. It makes the game more interesting. Makes you want to win like against them even more too when they're talking trash. It's the best. Lucky Clover. Mind if I steal that? Oh man, I don't have the cards to steal it yet. I don't quite have the mana to steal it yet, so they're gonna get some value out of it. That's poopy. That's poopy. This is gonna be a pretty sweet trigger though if we hit the Yorion. Holy cow, we're just gonna eat up their entire hand here. They're definitely sitting on a Bone Crusher Giant though. Feels bad, man. Feels friggin' bad, man. Ooh, okay. Even if they were, they did not play it yet. Which means I can steal your Lucky Clover. My Lucky Clover. Alright, Apparition coming down, and then what are we gonna do here? We should play... I guess the Pathway. Just drop a Pathway, say go. And then the following turn we can Yorion and take the rest of their hand. Okay. Interesting. But we'll be taking this, if that's cool. And then we'll be playing you. We're having a good game battle here, guys. Good game battle. We'll see who gets to the final good game. Hopefully us. Hopefully us. I'd like to end this video on a win. That'd be kind of cool. Alright. What is our opponent doing? Oh, they're going to drop down a Beanstalk Giant. Okay. So they're not going to be able to Once in the Future yet, and we're going to be able to go into their hand. Oh, let's go. We're taking that Once in the Future. Taking it. We're taking it. That's ours. Feels bad, man. No attack. We'll go ahead and say goodbye to your 2 cards in hand. See ya and see ya. I would say Escape to the Wilds was a pretty good hit there. That was pretty nice. Oh no, are you kidding me? Alright, well, we'll have to give him this Lucky Clover back so we can, or not the Clover, but we'll have to give this back to them so we can go ahead and get ourselves the other Lucky Clover. No. So it's gonna come down to whoever can say good game the most. I think we got this. I think we got this. Omnath, really? Really though? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We're fine, we're fine. We're fine. Alright, so here's what we do. We block here, we block here. We take 5, not a big deal. This can't attack again. Oh wait, yeah I can. What am I saying? Freaking A. Do we take this or do we take this? You know what I'm saying? I say we take this. I think it's more important because they could draw a lot more cards off of this than they could this, so. Man. How unfortunate. I guess we could do this. Exile this. I need a Scry 2 here. I think that's probably the most important thing to do. Is just Scry 2. Atris, there we go. That's something. Wait, do I have to do this to stop their pet from going off? I had fun going the good game battle with you, sir. Why'd you have to go ahead and spam your stupid monster so it wouldn't shut up? How dare you ruin our fun? All right, Atris coming down, coming in hot. We have a big flyer that can go over the top now too, which is really nice. I'm really looking for Thassa here. Oh. Okay, I don't think they knew how that worked. Feels bad, man. Don't need another Atris. I need a Thassa's Oracle. Thassa's Oracle, man. Where you at? Wait, why can't this attack? Can't control. Let's see. Control a creature. Oh, a 1/1 creature. So this actually doesn't work. I thought it was just if you had a creature with 1 power. Interesting. I bet they thought that too, which is why they probably swung in with their 1/1. Not very wise. We got a couple chump blockers here, so we're gonna definitely be using them. Okay, they bounce. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Ooh, they leave back the Omnath. I was going to go ahead and take that opportunity to double block. Ah, feels bad, man. That's a scry. That's definitely a scry. We'll take it. The worm is good, but not a Thassa. I need a Thassa, man. Sorry, worm. Next time. We'll get him next time, worm. Oh, we can't take that. That's so unfortunate. We could take you, though. And we could take you, though. And we could swing in here, forcing them to either take it or block with their Fae. They take it to the face. Take it to the house, kid. All right, we got a wall, which is nice little chump blocker. Gotta love that. If we hit a Thassa, it's pretty much GG's because we can bounce to Atris a bunch of times, getting hopefully like a worm, I guess. The worm's not great though against this Beanstalk Giant. Beanstalk Giant's kind of killing me. But we do need to, maybe Elspeth Conquers Death, that'd be nice. All right, we could do it for 2. Yeah, I'll do this for 2, why not? That way we can get a good scry off. And it's a pathway. Thank goodness we scried. Let's just throw down another one. It's another good chump blocker, so we could block for days. And our opponent has red, which means they could run Storm's Wrath, but I highly doubt it. Highly, highly doubt that. We're getting them, man. Slowly but surely, we are getting them. But now they have 2 Beanstalk Giants. Gonna make things a little bit harder on us. No. If I blink anything, I'm blinking Atris, so go ahead. Make that block happen. Another scry. Good old scry. Mimic. Okay, that's cool. I can mimic it, the Atris and then throw out the old Atris, so I'm fine with that. Will they block this time? They are gonna block this time. Look at that. Maybe. Okay. Fae Wishes is finally gone, so now we have nothing to worry about. Nothing's in our way here to stop our attack. So now our opponent's basically on the clock. If they swing in with both the giants, I might be inclined to go wide, maybe? I don't know. I don't really want to lose any of my Skyclaves. That was probably not the right idea, because now I can Apparition again on the 10-10. Or no, I can't. Not the 10-10. You're right. Nope, that was a good call. I can't actually get to 10-10. Feels bad. All right, go here. Man, that Brazen Bar was probably the best thing they could have drawn. That was the best card they could have drawn, because now they have another block or 2 in the air, so that's kind of annoying. All right, let's go ahead and copycat our Atris here. Atris, at your service. Come on, Thassa. Thassa. Oh, they just keep doing that, man. I mean, I'll take it, but let's try it again. We'll eventually get there. If it's not a Thassa, we're not taking it. So if it's face down and then there's other cards to choose from, we're taking face down. What's going on? Where is Thassa, man? Where is Thassa, bro? Come on, look at all these cards at the bottom of the deck. Where is she? Ay, ay, ay. This game wants me to lose. That's okay, though. That's okay, though. They can't keep us down. They cannot keep us down. We're coming for them. We can Apparition the Brazen Borrower, so the fact that they didn't flash it in as a blocker here, that's kind of a mistake on their part. Go here. Go here, and then we'll take the 4, maybe? Or do we double block? If we double block, we lose both of these. Is it that big of a deal? Not really. Yeah, let's do that. Not really, because if we get Thassa, I mean, we're good to go. At this point, we're kind of looking for Elspeth Conquers Death. There's Thassa. Beautiful. All right, well. Came in a little late, but we'll still take it. What are they doing? Oh, they just tapped that for blue mana. Okay. Prince. So now's we're on the hunt for the Elspeth Conquers Death. Let the hunt begin there. Elspeth's Nightmare. No. And let's see what we hit. Come on. There it is. Elspeth Conquers Death. That's what we're looking for. Swinging with our Sky Nomad here for another 4 damage. They're going to flash in their Borrower to block with. That's fine. We just got to hope they don't top deck like something totally sick. Like a... If they top deck like Escape to the Wilds, man. That would be so heartbreaking. Because we finally got Thassa. We could finally start doing some crazy things. Bounce this. I guess we start focusing on gaining life now. Let's go. That's dub. That is a dub right there. Yes, and we have Elspeth Conquers Death, so yes. Elspeth Conquers Death. One of you guys is out of here, finally. And then we could drop a chump blocker. Jeez Louise, that was hard to say. Drop a couple chump blockers. Swing in with our Nomad. Bang. Get him down to lethal here. And we'll just submit 0 here. We're fine with that. And we have lethal, so we can go really wide here. Well, do we still have lethal? Let's see. They put this on the board. They swing in with 1. They can block with 2. Wait, hold on. Let me just do the math here. So 4. I just got to get 1 damage across. Yeah, we still have lethal. We did it, guys. We did it. It took us a little while to get there. But we took the little roundabout. But we finally made it here. Made it to the end. And that's a GG's. Holy cow, that was a long game. 15-minute game, man. This is going to be a long video, I think. But we'll try to keep the intro short, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. And let's go ahead and break this thing down. I think this one's going to be pretty positive all around. A few negative things to say about it, but for the most part, pretty good. All right, everybody, that's the gameplay footage for the day. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. I know I did. I actually had a little bit too much fun with this deck. I actually played it off video for quite some time. And I do want to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't think this is like a tier 1 meta smashing deck. I don't think most of my decks are, but this one in particular, I don't think you can actually run this up and like get mythic with it. I think it's going to need a few changes. Like I said before, I do think this deck would serve to be a really good commander deck with a Yorion and 80 cards, just because of the rogue decks that are prevalent right now on the battlefield. Yorion would be a really good way to mitigate any of the milling that's happening a lot in the meta. Could use some things like Shadow the Sky, maybe, just to keep eliminating things off your opponent's battlefield until you can get time to get your Massacre Wurm out. But other than that, I think for what we have as far as a 60 card deck goes, I think we chose the best of the best cards here. Wall of Ruins was kind of a throw in here at the end. I didn't see any other big plays that we could do. Honestly, Omen of the Sea could be a really good card, but again, it doesn't trigger with Thassa. That would be just a Yorion trigger, which is why you'd probably want it in commander spot. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, what you guys would run in the deck. I'd love to hear your ideas and your thoughts on how to make this deck a little bit better. Again, I had a lot of fun playing it, and if you've made it this far into the video, special shout out and special thanks to you. I really, really mean it when I say, you know, it means a lot to me that you made it this far into the video, because I can't imagine sitting through hearing me talk for an hour. So thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so, because we are on the road to 1,000. We're getting there. I want to be there by the end of the year. I think that'd be so sweet and so awesome. But you guys have been awesome for supporting the channel as much as you have, and all the comments have been amazing. So thank you so much. And I think that's it. Like I said, there's a deck coming, guys. I'll give you a little sneak peek. There's a deck coming on Friday, and it involves Hoplite, and it is pretty similar to the Blink style deck, but it's more of a Blink supplement. So stay tuned for that. It's actually pretty sweet. We'll see you guys on Friday, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.